You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón.
Get on-demand one-on-one text advice with Smitty at thefantasyfootballshow.com.
You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. Smitty is live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas. Espera con el patrón. You are about to enter the fantasy football show. Please stand by like a boss. Estás entrado al fantasía fútbol novelas.
Live from the fantasyfootballshow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What is going on, good people? You are watching the Fantasy Football Show. I am your man, Smitty, and we've got some news to break, and we also have some questions to take, phone calls to answer. You name it, we're doing it. I appreciate everybody being here.
From the fantasyfootballshow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So we've got a few players in the news. Obviously, St. Brown, his Week 4 status is now unclear and uncertain. There was a report that he had right here from looks like NFL Network that his testing came back encouraging, which is like, that's not encouraging at all to find out that they're coming up with a potential prognosis of him maybe playing week number 4. He went back out onto the field after the ankle injury, and that was a good sign. We saw him play, but sometimes when you do that, you know, the swelling isn't there yet, and you're out there making things a little bit worse, trying to muster up a win. So there's a possibility that that we're gonna basically see this guy miss week 4. There's a possibility. I hope not. I hope that he plays week 4. I hope that he's an absolute monster in week 4. St. Brown is a top 5 to 10 wide receiver in fantasy football. Let's just hope he gets back on track and isn't playing hampered. If he's playing, you start him. Like, if anybody's got him and they're like, should I start St. Brown or so-and-so? Whenever a stud like this is playing and St. Brown is a stud, you got to play him. You always got to play and start your studs. I realize Herbert burned people in his last start, but you had to play him if he was playing unless you had an amazing option on your bench. And I don't think anybody is going to find their flex spot so stacked that they can't put St. Brown, even if he's a little bit worrisome running out there with the ankle injury. If he's starting, I'm playing him. Dak Prescott is not, there's no timeline on a Dak Prescott return. I think this is pretty ridiculous, to be honest, what's going on with the media and Dak Prescott. As if Dak Prescott is not going to come back to the starting job. As if Cooper Rush is that good. I feel like Dak, they may not rush him back until they get into a place where they start to realize that themselves. I fully believe that. Similar to the Joe Flacco situation, the Jets are totally like, Zach Wilson's he's got to be 155% healthy, which gives them leeway to literally say, hold on. Let's see if Joe Flacco's the real. We know Joe Flacco's not the real deal, nor could Joe Flacco even stay healthy for an entire season. So I feel like I feel like it's a matter of time before we stop hearing these. Is there a quarterback controversy? Is there a quarterback controversy? And it's so funny to watch Jerry Jones act like he's got this gold mine on his hands. Like this is not something that's gonna, I think, take over at some point where it's like, oh, Cooper Rush is replacing. Like, this is ridiculous. But it's good news that Dak Prescott's potentially breaching the point where he could maybe consider coming back. Like some people say week 5, week 6. We'll see. He's out there throwing. It's all about grip, according to Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones says he's got to be able to grip the football. And in my opinion, watching him throw, he's probably, I would say, a week or two away. But they're obviously going to let Rush go out there. And let's see, Cooper Rush ain't no Dak Prescott. That's what I'm saying. The media is ridiculous. Rush did look pretty good, says Ron Navy. He did at times look pretty good. I don't know. I kind of thought that was a boring game until it got closer to the end of it. But I just think it's hilarious that they're talking about replacing Dak Prescott with Cooper Rush. And it is not going to happen. Trade A.J. Brown and Khalil Herbert for Justin Jefferson. Paul, I'd only do that trade if you like winning.
You've just been Smitty approved.
And I swear some of you come to me, Paul, that's a great trade. Don't take a victory lap. If you execute that trade. But I have people that come to me and say, Smitty, I can't get these amazing deals you talk about, buying low, selling high. Look what we're doing. I love A.J. Brown. This is not a knock on A.J. Brown, but you can get JJ at Cellar Dweller. This is like a rock bottom price tag for JJ. JJ to me is still a top 5 overall pick if you draft today for week number 4 on, and you don't consider weeks 1, 2, or 3. It's crazy. It's madness. Show the YouTube exclusive membership link. You bet, Beard. We'll do that right now. You guys want in on the YouTube exclusive membership? Just click this link right here if you want the access to the emojis, you want the Zoom calls on Sunday, or if you just want the $1.99 package so you can talk to directly to me in the on the Sunday morning show, or I answer only exclusive member questions. Let me go back to the top and get the first super chat that was out here. I think it was from NPR. Yeah, NPR and Payne dropped a couple real quick. Trade away Kelsey for Sutton and Swift. No, because you don't know what you're dealing with Swift right now. I do contemplate trading away Kelsey if you need to make a trade. If you're doing amazing, why make a change? But you are clearly looking for something. You don't want to sit there and fight for second place. I don't blame you. That is a smart mentality. You've got Kyle Pitts on your bench. Anybody that says you shouldn't trade Nick Chubb, you shouldn't trade so-and-so. You don't tell somebody that they don't need to make a trade if you don't know the context. And if someone like NPR is needing to make a change, or he's fighting for second place, he's had injuries across the board, and he has this trade piece in Travis Kelce, he needs to use it. But this is not the play. If you're in a position where you need to make a trade, and I imagine you're not 3-0, If you are 3-0, then I probably would sit tight. If you, and I would wait till the perfect offer comes along. I still try and move Kelsey if I'm 3-0 and I'm you, because you have Kyle Pitts and you need to take advantage of that. But I'm assuming that you can't afford 2 more losses waiting on Swift. So for me, I'm trading Kelsey straight up for a Devontae Adams. I'm trading for a big gun wide receiver like that. Or you go after an Eckler. You can easily get those things done using Travis Kelsey. So I'm going to say negative on this one, but definitely right idea, just different player. Yo, I traded my James Robinson and Knox for CMC and Henry approved. Come on. In a grandma league, you pulled this off, bro. That's insane.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I don't, Payne, you're going to get a lot of people calling a party foul on that one. Oliver, appreciate you, Oliver. Oliver says, hey, Smitty, 2 possible trades: Jamar Chase, Damian Harris, DJ Moore for Mixon and Debo, or Kamara and Garrett Wilson for Chase and Damian Harris. I don't trade the Chase one. I keep Jamar Chase over here. This first one, possible trades: Chase, Damian Harris, DJ Moore for Mixon and Debo. I probably take Mixon and Debo over Jamar Chase alone, which is, basically what that trade is. I mean, of course, Harris and DJ Moore are pieces to that trade. I'm not trying to disrespect them, but Mixon and Debo, clear as day on that side. And then the Garrett Wilson Chase side, the Kamara and Garrett Wilson versus Jamar Chase and Damian Harris side. Jamar Chase side wins by a lot to me. I'm still drafting that man extremely high, and I don't agree with what everybody else says about Jamar Chase or go forward rankings. Everybody's freaking out and jumping ship on a lot of players. Look, I created a video about, I don't know, it's like 4 videos back now, about why are all the fantasy football players busting, and it's just panic level 10 on the graphic on the thumbnail. And that video was designed to tell you 36. Let me see if I can go back to the graphic. I think I have it right. Let's see here. I have it somewhere. Here. I think it's right here. This graphic right here was designed to tell you don't panic, because everybody's looking like a complete disappointment that has a red thumb down, and everybody with the green rocket ship is looking like they're not only doing well, they're looking really good. Okay, so green rocket ship's looking really good. That isn't talking about just week number 3. If you had somebody that did really well in week 3, like CeeDee Lamb, whatever, that, they're back to normal. No, there are people that are very disappointed in the outings that a lot of people are bringing to the table. But my point in the video, the whole point of the video is to say, don't freak out. Everybody's busting. Stop saying, why me? Why me? Everybody's got this going on. Look at the top 12 overall. McCaffrey's doing decent. We're not going to give him a green thumb up. He's not exploding. He's getting by, and he's doing well. So he's doing decent. The only guy exploding here is Cooper Kupp. You have Jonathan Taylor completely underperforming. You have Eckler underperforming. Henry underperforming. Cook, Najee, Jefferson, Joe Mixon, Jamar Chase is not delivering what you expected. We're outside of top 10 wide receiver territory. He's not delivering. Kamara, DeAndre Swift. This entire top 12, one player is exploding. One player is earning his keep, but not exploding. The rest of them are a bust. So far. My whole point in the video is don't freak out about half the people right here, because everybody's struggling. And what do people do? And I don't blame you. I mean, you're hot and bothered. You don't know what to think right now. You're emotional. But people are in the comments going, Smitty, that's not fair to call Jamar Chase a bust. I'm not calling Jamar Chase a bust. I'm trying to identify that Jamar Chase is undervalued because people are freaking out about underperforming players. They're all underperforming. And someone's saying, Smitty, it's not fair to say that Michael Pittman has underperformed. What are you talking about? Michael Pittman's outside the top 25 wide receivers. Of course he's underperforming. Smitty, he got hurt. You can't. Yes, you can. Because if Christian McCaffrey went down tomorrow with a torn ACL and was done for the year, knock on wood, if Christian McCaffrey was done for the year tomorrow, he'd be called the biggest bust of 2020. Stop acting like injuries can't coincide with bust labels. The bottom line is, Michael Pittman is struggling and deserves a red thumb down. But does that mean I don't love to go acquire him via trade? Of course I do. So it's funny to read the comments because you aren't watching the whole video. You're literally skimming through. You see your player. You see a thumb down on Michael Pittman. Let me get back to Smitty. Smitty, what do you... It's not fair. Michael Pittman was hurt, Smitty. But Smitty, Michael Pittman's so good. What are you talking... I know. Trade for him. That's my whole point of the video. Go watch the whole video before you start popping off in the comments about how I'm misrepresenting your player, who we both agree is a good buy low if you don't already have him. Smash or pass. Derrick Henry, Keenan Allen for JT. My other wide receivers are Sutton, Gabe Davis, CeeDee Lamb, Pittman, Godwin. There's Pittman. I'm taking JT, and I'm not looking back. An injured Keenan Allen doesn't move the needle for me to downgrade into Derrick Henry, which, yes, from JT. I don't care what JT's done. Again, I just explained how JT and all these other players are not a concern for me. They're not a concern for me. Where's it at? I just lost that page. Whatever. I showed you the list already. I'm not concerned about JT. So I'm going after JT in trades where he's totally undervalued all day long. So thank you, Carter, for that super chat. Caesar, $5 hauler. Caesar said, Smitty, big fan. Appreciate you, Caesar. I'm a big fan of you. Hey, would you trade Saquon and an ultimate sell high? I would trade him if I'd trade anybody. Caesar, I don't care who they are. I'd trade Javonte tomorrow. I'd trade. Oh my God, is Smitty gonna say it? I'd trade. You're gonna do it? I'd trade Mark Andrews if the price was right. Smitty just said he'd trade Mark Andrews. Let's blanketly react to that and act like there's not a world where somebody's 0-3 is playing for second place and has a key to potentially bouncing back by buying low on a Kyle Pitts and getting a player like Tyreek Hill thrown in for Mark Andrews. If you could trade Andrews for Kyle Pitts and Tyreek Hill right now, and you're 0-3 or 1-2, and you look at your team, honest inventory, I can't win. I can't win. You make that trade. You go get Tyreek Hill on the cheap. You go get Eckler on the cheap and get Kyle Pitts thrown in. Maybe you throw in a Curtis Samuel. Maybe you throw in a Zay Jones that you have to make it a 2-for-2. You throw in Zay Jones. You throw in Mark Andrews. You get Kyle Pitts and Eckler. Kyle Pitts and Tyreek Hill. Those deals need to happen if you're playing for second place. There's no nostalgia involved. Oh, but I have a guy doing very well. You make those trades. I don't think I answered the full question. Looking for a wide receiver, worried about O-line, Kamara, Pierce, Edmonds. Yeah, so Saquon for Devontae Adams, I would try and get more if you the further you go down from the lower round one wide receiver, so Diggs, Adams, like if you get into like a Debo, you need a bigger player back. You know what I'm saying? Like you go Pierce and Debo. You start packaging in more than one impact player if you start dipping into the second round wide receivers. You know what I'm saying, broski? Payne, appreciate you. Payne says, which wide receiver off waivers, Dobbs or Zay Jones or Mac Hollins? I'm going Dobbs. I like Zay. A lot of people love Zay. Roger's laughing that JJ's been a bust. Why is that funny, Roger? I don't even understand what we're laughing at here. JJ's been a bust. What? I don't even know how to megaphone that. Smitty, why would you advise anybody draft JJ in the top 5? We're 3 weeks in. We're 3 weeks in already, Smitty. Everything's determined by now. The averages are set forward. This is basically fantasy baseball. You are who you are. You are your average. 3 weeks in, Smitty, we know what JJ is at this point. We know that he is not him. He's not him, Smitty. We know. 3 weeks in. Week 1, ignore week 1. That wasn't it. Week 2 and 3 are what you're looking at here. I'm gonna laugh emoji this one out, okay? I'm surprised we didn't get 3 laugh emojis, Roger. It's a silly. Maybe Roger, you didn't even mean anything bad by it, but I'm surprised I don't see 4 or 5 crying emojis. Maybe 2 of them upright like you have them, and then a couple of the sideways ones, which usually you try and really like stink, try to throw salt in the wound. It doesn't. I don't have no wound though with JJ. But if you assume that I'm making a fool of myself or something, Roger, I don't know. Maybe Roger's completely innocent here. But I would assume if you're trying to rub it in, you would throw in a couple of the tilted crying emojis as well to try and prove a point that isn't there. Improper use of crying emoji.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
I have a real strong feeling that I took that out of context and Roger's completely innocent. But Roger, take one for the team, okay? Don't complain. Stop complaining, Roger. Alexander says traded DJ Moore and Kittle for Kyle Pitts. Look, there's a lot of what ifs on the table here. Like, I need an even Steven button where I can press a button because it's not really. It's kind of like in between. So it's kind of like I need something that goes, meh, you know, like I don't know, something that's in between the meh button, the MEH button, because I mean I personally would rather. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost it's you know what's the point trade, but I do love Kyle Pitts a lot. I like to buy low on Kyle Pitts. I think you could have traded Kittle straight up. I think that's more what my reaction is, Alexander. I love Kyle Pitts. You didn't do bad by acquiring him, but I feel like you might have bought him as if he's been dropping decent numbers for 2 weeks straight now, not 1 week. This right here, I think Roger's starting to drop the double emojis. He's rotating through. That's a proper use of the incorrect emojis. There you go, Roger. Traded CMC for JJ and Hall.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's the proper execution of a trade right there. I draft JJ ahead of CMC. I do. What's the crying emojis are real. Roger had a right to throw a couple crying emojis out because it sounds like you can not only trade for JJ, you can steal him away. You can get a Breece Hall in conjunction with an equal, looked like an equal player in value and trade value. You could easily argue CMC, JJ, CMC, but no one can say CMC's above JJ. After 3 weeks, one of which he did well. So actually, joke's on me. Crying emojis all around.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, some of these deals are unreal. Smitty, you can't pull off good trades in my league. Well, I don't know what you're doing. It's your approach. You probably dial up the person and you say, this is how you, anybody that says I can't trade in my league, here's what you do. Ready? Hello? Yeah, Bob, this is, Bob. Oh, hey, Bob, what's up? Yeah, I was wondering, can I have your best player? Please? Please? Or you send such bad trade offers that I'm playing this button all day long because the opposing owners telling me your trade offers, and they're so bad that I'm throwing this on the screen.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
Sometimes people want to lose your number when you're doing ridiculous trades. So sometimes it's on you. You have to have a happy medium. You can't just go to somebody and be like, hey, I want your CMC. I will give you DeAndre Swift because he's missing 2 weeks then as a bye week. You deal? And then they get tired of hearing from you. Then when you offer them a close trade, all they do is say, I'm underwhelmed every time you send me an offer. Nothing looks good anymore. It looks like a bunch of hot trash that you send me. And you just don't really want to deal with the person anymore. So you have to have a combination of sometimes overpaying, buying low, selling high affords you the ability to look like you're giving an even trade, but you want to win every trade. You don't want an even Steven deal. So it's a happy medium. It takes a skill. And it's a negotiation tactic too. It's all about going into the trade negotiation situation, and you don't go, hey, can I have Christian McCaffrey? I'll give you Swift. You go, hey, who do you have? You got Eckler, and oh yeah, can I have Eckler? No, I like Eckler. Oh, okay. Who else you have? Well, I mean, I'm not trading, I'm not trading Jamar Chase. I'm not giving up on him. Okay. You got anybody else? Well, I mean, I have CMC. I don't know about CMC. He's barely getting by, and that offense sucks. The offense is good. What are you talking about? Now I'm going to start selling you on CMC. I'll give you CMC. He's the best. You'll see. And it's all about approach. It's all about approach. You guys got to learn how to subtly go after a player. You can't telegraph it and say, I'm coming. I'm going to telegraph my pass. I'm coming for you, CMC. And you launch the ball up in the air before you even walk in the door. A lot of it is your approach. I'm tired of hearing that no one trades in my league, because I have a text line full of people pulling off ridiculous trades. Everyone on my text line is, I would say for the most part, making enemies. They're making trades where friendships are ending over some of the trades that are getting done on my text line. And if you want the text line, all you got to do is go to thefantasyfootballshow.com. Order your one-on-one on-demand text advice, thefantasyfootballshow.com. And make sure you get on over to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code Smitty. And they'll match up to $100 in your first deposit. And you can start over. There's these fantasy leagues called Resurrection Leagues, where you basically draft for week 6 on, right, Ron Navy? And it's week 6 through 17. You start over. Use everything that you know now to start completely over fresh. And it's a phenomenal way to just kind of have a clean slate and have like a little bit of goodness in your back pocket for week 6, week 7 on. So get on over there and do that. Where were we at? We were taking super chats. Okay. This one, trade CMC for JJ and Hall. Okay, yeah. So Smitty approved on that one, bro. That's pretty home run, slam dunk type stuff. Let's see here. Alexander, would you trade Dobbins and Garrett Wilson for Breece Hall? I would. I don't care about J.K. Dobbins when it comes to my lineup right now. And Breece Hall is breaching flex lock territory. Now, could he fall back into benchable usage? Yeah, he could. One game where Breece Hall gets 4 points and we're all going to be like, I guess it's over. I put the nail in the coffin, as if he couldn't come back around in week 6 or 7 or 8. It's frustrating. No one has patience. If Breece Hall doesn't get fully utilized next week, it's over for him. People are going to write him off like he's nothing. He'll be given away like candy. He'll be an additive in a deal, an accoutrement. Somebody's going to throw him in like a Christmas ornament. Here, take Breece Hall. Get him off my team. So look for that. If Breece Hall doesn't drop fire in week number 4, people are going to run away from Breece Hall. But I'm not trying to sell him hardcore to you here, Alexander, but I would Smitty approve Breece Hall, by the way. Go ahead and approve that. Let me see. Where's my button?
You've just been Smitty approved.
But like I said, don't be shocked if people run for the hills. I'm not worried about J.K. Dobbins. He's not going on my line. Trone, should I trade Kyler and Amari Cooper, for Josh Allen? Yeah. Look, there are a couple quarterbacks right now that can carry you every single week. And yes, one of them I was down on walking into week 1. Shame on me. I should have given Lamar Jackson more credit. What he's doing with this, loss of Hollywood Brown and just figuring it out and just navigating all over the field. I do worry about him getting hurt. I swear to you, I'm not trying to just come up with a reason to say something negative about the situation. I know he runs a lot. He gained weight. He's running a lot. He might have lost all that weight running around. He might no longer be 18 pounds up. I'll tell you that right now. If that's the case, then I'm even more excited about him. But he gained 18 lbs to start running more, and they decided they want to run more. He's the leading rusher. He's got a high injury risk. So does Josh Allen. Josh Allen and Lamar, to be fair, you can't say Lamar's an injury risk when Josh Allen goes out there and is even more reckless with his body than even Lamar Jackson. But when you have an opportunity to grab a Lamar or a Josh Allen right now, and all it costs you is an Amari Cooper, a serial disappointment maker, Amari Cooper reminds me so much of a Leonard Fournette or a grip of players that are serial disappointment makers. You remember week 1 last year? Do you guys remember week 1? We came out of week 1, and in fairness, we came out of week 1 thinking CeeDee Lamb was going to blow up, and he didn't. He's taken until this week to do something. He's literally taken a year and 3 weeks to get going. Way to go, CeeDee. Way to go. Let's give CeeDee a round of applause for finally getting on his horse today. Literally took CeeDee Lamb a year. And I'm a little bent out of shape out of how long it takes CeeDee Lamb to get going. And I'd probably sell high. I'm so pissed off at CeeDee Lamb taking so long to get going. I'd probably sell high because I don't necessarily love Cooper Rush like Jerry Jones and the Cowboy fans love. They think this guy's the next coming of Dak Prescott. Like, you got to be out of your minds. I'm not saying I don't like CeeDee Lamb. I'm just saying I might sell high on that broski dropping a pretty big game after some disappointing situations in that game that you would have left going, I'm done with CeeDee Lamb. If he didn't catch that touchdown catch, you would have been pretty mad and down on CeeDee Lamb. Not saying he can't continue. CeeDee Lamb was on the Moon Man list, you know, but I will say I'm selling high off that game. To my point here, Amari Cooper, do you remember week 1 last year? Oh my God, he's a top 5 wide receiver, Smitty. Amari, did you see what Amari Cooper did? Amari Cooper didn't take him but a couple weeks to completely disappoint the whole entire world. He's a disappointment maker. When you have a chance to upgrade into a quarterback that can carry your team every single week in Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, the way they're playing right now, adjust and adapt. It is what it is. If you can acquire said player using an Amari Cooper, a disappointment-prone maker, then you make that trade and you don't look back.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Barnett says, Smitty, can you answer my super chat? I paid twice. Barnett, I'm going through every single one of them, my broski. It's I'm a little bit behind on it, but I'm going to pull it up. I'll see both of them. Bad trade offer, Higgins, Dillon, and Njoku for my AJB and Javonte Williams. Higgins and Dillon and Njoku for AJ Brown and Javonte Williams. Higgins and Dillon are actually pretty decent, my bro, for AJ Brown and Javonte Williams. Javonte. That's Javonte Williams. I was thinking Jamal Williams. Yeah, AJ Brown and Javonte Williams is so lopsided on that side of the trade. I'm sorry. I was thinking Jamal Williams. Yeah, like you could argue it in a crazy, bizarro world, but that's because people are so down on Javonte. Some people would take Dillon over Javonte right now. I think those people are jumping ship too early. I love the AJB and Javonte side by a mile. I'm sorry I misread that. Take a lap for me. And Smitty approved the Javonte side, and if that's an offer, yeah, so disapprove the entire offer.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
You haven't been disapproved. The offer's been disapproved, but yeah, I'm sorry I misread that. Okay, next question. Ryan and Barrett. Let's get Barrett's questions on screen because I know Barrett was concerned. Barrett says, what did Barrett? Barrett says he paid twice. Let's see. Where's Barrett's question? Barnett, sorry. Barnett, you paid once, didn't ask a question in it. Okay. I forgot my message. Debo or Kamara. There it is. Debo or Kamara. I'm going to go Kamara. I think Debo and Kamara both have an extreme amount of risk. Debo's got the injury risk. I know Kamara's banged up right now, but Debo got banged up too. And they run him like a fullback. So he's eventually going to get banged up again because it's tough to take the beating that Shanahan puts in front of you. So I'm going to go with Kamara, but you could argue this. And then Barnett's second question, got offered AK for Debo, and my running backs are CMC and Hall. So given the context, and then Barnett, can I pay twice? Can you answer my question? Bro, I'm answering them right now, bro. I would say in context with your running backs, it's not a bad trade. If you need a wide receiver It's not a bad trade. It's not a bad trade at all. Hey, Smitty got offered my Burkhead and Waddle and J. Robinson, Kittle for Swift, Jamal Williams, A.J. Brown, and Kyle Pitts. So Burkhead, Waddle, J-Rob, Kittle for Swift, Jamal, A.J. Brown, Pitts. I'm going to take the Swift, Jamal, A.J. Brown, Pitts side because I don't like the James Robinson side as much. Even though James Robinson's playing very good, I definitely think I would make that trade. All right, let's see where I'm at right here. Coming up on the next super chat. Yeah, Barnett, yours was coming up, bro. I was right near it anyway. We've got a little bit of a wait here. Higgins for Maya and Joku, AJ Brown, Javonte Williams. Okay, that's where I'm at. Ryan super chat. Hey Smitty, got offered my Burkhead, Waddle. Okay, I got that one. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, give me the Burkhead, Waddle, Robinson, Kittle for Swift, Javon. Yeah. I know not everybody's gonna like that side because some people really love the James Robinson side, but I'm not into the overvaluing of J Rob right now. I give him his credit. He's looking pretty decent, but like when you watch that breakoff touchdown run, it wasn't doing amazing things, but everyone kept saying, "You see how good he looked?" Like there was a nice little hole, and he scampered on through. But he didn't look like like he was, like everyone's, I think, overblowing it a little bit. The production is still there, but I'm selling on it. And if I'm wrong about it, you're getting a player on the low that you love anyway. 356 in here. Hit the thumb up button. Traded Michael Thomas, J-Rob for Kamara, DJ Moore, good or bad? I like it. I try and flip DJ Moore, but I like buying low on Kamara this week. I don't know why. It just feels right. It feels right to buy low on Kamara right now. I feel like it's a good move. It's a low risk move. So give me Kamara. Teo says DJ Moore for Damian Harris. Even Steven? You need a wide receiver? Take a chance on DJ Moore, sure. You need a running back? Damian Harris might be your guy. He might not be. Stevenson could take over. We don't know. DJ Moore might not get the ball properly. Do I trade? Who should I trade for Brian Robinson? I don't know, Patrick. I can't see your team at all. So I can't even begin to give you an idea. I mean, but he's attainable right now. People will trade him. Smitty the GOAT to the moon. Appreciate you. Need some help. I'm 0-3. I'm sorry to hear about that. And I'm thinking about moving Aaron Jones or Mixon for a top wide receiver. My wide receivers are DK, DJ Moore, Mooney, and Eli Moore. How do I improve my team? I think you could definitely move Aaron Jones for... I would keep Mixon because I think his value is too low. At least Aaron Jones has popped off, this year, and people do wonder if that's going to continue or not. But at least they've seen it. I think you could maybe go get a potential Jamar Chase by even adding in a little bit. I don't know that I add in more than like a DJ Moore, but would I take a JJ for Aaron Jones? Yeah, and would the JJ owner or the Jamar Chase owner take Aaron Jones for that top 3 wide receiver? And I still believe Chase is top 3. I still believe JJ's top 2. I think Kupp is the one. He's playing like the one. You got to draft him like the one if you're drafting today. By the way, this is a $10 hauler. I did just notice that, James. I'm sorry. So, if you got to give up a little bit, sure. But you can get that because people that need RBs are willing to overpay. So my guess is that the JJ or Chase owner is like, I got to do it. Here we go, Barnett. See, Barnett, I would have got to you, bro. You were in line. You cut the line. Barnett's a line cutter. Just kidding, Barnett. I appreciate you. Slayer says, Smitty speaking knowledge. White feet came in late. About to start from the beginning. Okay, Slayer. Appreciate you catching up. Slayer, we're 39 minutes in. By the time you read this, we'll be gone. No, we won't. We'll still be live, I'm sure. Got sent Jamar Chase for Waddle and Edmonds. Got sent Jamar Chase for Waddle and Edmonds. Punch it. Punch.
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's how you do it. Edmonds pushes that over the edge. Really? Smitty. Where's Smitty? I can't get good deals done. We're seeing him get done every second on this live stream. So give me a break. Nice job. I like Waddle, but I like it, bro. That's a great trade. Angel, Kittle, and D. Smith for Kelsey. Give me Kelsey. I love Devontae Smith. I'm so excited to see him finally do something because I was big on him as a rookie, and we've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's been disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Like, what slow start is this? What kind of slow start is this, Devontae Smith? But he looked dominant in this game. He was coming into his own. He wasn't just getting the football thrown to him in open field. He was making plays, looking like the Devontae Smith that I really was excited about coming into the league. But he's not a deal breaker when you can turn Kittle into Kelsey.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Yeah, definitely go smash that trade 10 times over, bro, because Kelsey's a difference maker. Also just got offered Swift and DJ Moore, Knox for my Breece Hall and Andrews. Swift, DJ Moore, and Knox for my Breece Hall. No, because you don't even have Jamal Williams in this deal. If you have Jamal Williams, it makes it more of an understandable move for a millisecond until you realize what you're doing.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
This is like when Harry Dunn, or not Harry Dunn, it was Lloyd Christmas, traded in the Shaggin' Wagon for a motorcycle moped. Okay, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You're not going to redeem yourself. You're not going to totally redeem yourself in that situation. Here's Barnett. Barnett, got your question. Appreciate you, Barnett. Barnett, I'm just giving you a hard time. I appreciate your super chat. AK for Debo again. Positional need would determine this side. I think both of them have risk to the moon. You know, there's a lot of risk involved. A lot of it involved. So don't fret on that. Vinny dropping a $5 hauler. Vinny's had it. He's done with this. 0-3. I'm 0-3. Look at him. He looks like he's 0-4. He's 0-3. Wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, and DK Metcalf. Okay, so they produce for you. They've just been rotating producing for you, and that's probably frustrating. Got offered Jefferson and McLaurin for Amon-Ra and CD. I take JJ and McLaurin for Amon-Ra and CD. I do, because guess what? McLaurin and CD are pretty arguable. Would you rather have CeeDee Lamb? Maybe after last night you do. Before that, you would have been like, no. So don't let what have you done for me lately influence it too much. The difference is JJ is above St. Brown. I love St. Brown. You know, I practically raised St. Brown myself. And so I feel like I have some loyalty to St. Brown. So part of me wants to be like, you can't trade St. Brown ever, and make a rule and say no trading of St. Brown on the show. I rule it to be the case, but you got to be a good business decision maker with your fantasy football team, and this is just good business. Go get JJ and run. Doesn't mean I wouldn't maybe try and package McLaurin away for like an AJ Dillon. Know what I'm saying, broski? Like, try and get creative with that McLaurin side and make that even better home run trade. Smitty traded Aaron Jones and MT. I have AJ Dillon. I got AJ Brown. How bad did I do? I traded Aaron Jones and MT. I have AJ Dillon and got AJ Brown. That's a lot to give. You gave up too much. It's not that it can't work out. You know, I love AJ Brown, bro. He could be way better than, he could be the best player in the deal. Who knows? You know, but Aaron Jones is ranked higher. Like, if you're trading today using fair market value, you can't go buy a $400,000 house that's appraised for $300K and just be like, but it's going to someday be worth $400K, Smitty. That's why I did it. I'm going to tell you, then why didn't you buy it and make $200K, bro? You know, so Jace, I don't think you did horrible, but you definitely left, some, it's like the waitress coming over, pouring into your cup, and she's halfway through or 3/4 of the way through pouring your drink, and you just get up and walk away while she's still pouring, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely got to make sure you're using trade market value. That's why you got to get on over to my thefantasyfootballshow.com, where I have the trade calculator, where I invented the first instant-based trade calculator in the fantasy football industry. I invented that sucker. From everything I can determine, the first instant-based trade calculator in 2003. I introduced that to the fantasy football world. So get on over there and use the trade calculator, Alex. Oh, no, that's not. Alex didn't ask that question. Alex says, trade Jamal Williams for Jamar Chase and Edmonds. Trade Jamal Williams for Chase Edmonds. Ah, got it. I hear what I want to hear, don't I? I read what I want to read. I wanted that to be Jamar Chase. I just read, there's no Jamar on screen. I was like, Jamar Chase instead of Chase Edmonds. Nope. Do I trade Jamal? No. This is, Alex, this is probably the Swift owner, right? He's trying to give you trash so you can salvage his season. You need to hold Jamal Williams over his head. You need to announce to the league in the league chat, like say, starting Jamal Williams this week, who's going to stop me? And that way this owner, whoever's got Swift, I almost guarantee this is the Swift owner, because you're not going to go after Jamal Williams in a trade. Maybe you do, but I doubt you're going after Jamal Williams, who's got a shelf life, right? He's got a ticking timer on when he's going to be raptured from the lineup. You're not going to just go, hey, let me just come after Jamal Williams. This is the Swift owner, Alex. Tell me I'm wrong. And he's trying to ask you to gift him a way out. He's trying to ask you for a bandage and ask you to wrap his wound up for him so he can go on and try and win the league. No, he's not going to walk through this marathon of a situation without, with you holding him up during the tough times so he can then finish the marathon and get first place and use you as a crutch. There's no way you're doing this trade. You announce to the league, make him really mad. I'm going to start Jamal, just some kind of funny thing that's natural, doesn't sound forced. Like, Jamal Williams is my starter this week, baby. And then he's just going to be like, no, Jamal is so much further from my grasp. I must get desperate. What do you want? Tell me. Smitty said Jamar Chase. Is that going to work? What can we do? Then you trade him a CeeDee Lamb for his Jamar Chase. You trade him a CeeDee Lamb for his Justin Jefferson. This is trade negotiation 101, the big boy world. Get your big boy pants on and get out there and make a good, aggressive trade, Alex. Smitty approve an aggressive move here, but I disapprove this one.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
All right, next super chat. We're looking for it. I'm so far behind on the chat. I feel like I don't even know what you guys are talking about at this point. Maybe no one's even watching anymore at this point. I have no clue. 434 eyeballs apparently are in the room. 127 thumbs up. Hit that thumb up button. Can we at least get 300 out of the 434 watching? This is like that everybody's letting someone else take care of it for them. Psychology thing. Ziggy off. God, he just starts talking out of nowhere. This one's from Best Life. Best Life says, trade my Swift and Jamal Williams for Debo and Keenan Allen. I'd probably say no. It depends on what's going on. Or my Kelsey for St. Brown and Kyle Pitts. I do like that one a little bit more. The problem is St. Brown's injured. If St. Brown weren't injured right now, I probably would say give me St. Brown and Pitts without even hesitating. Let's go to the chat on this one. We're not trading Swift and Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams could hang with Debo, and Keenan Allen's injured. And we don't know what to expect out of Keenan Allen. So you're going to take the combination of the Detroit running backs. You're getting good production there. I'm going to say no on that one. I'm overruling the league chat, even if they disagree on that one. But I do need the league chat to help on this next one. St. Brown and Kyle Pitts or what is it? St. Brown or Kelsey. So Kelsey or St. Brown, Kyle Pitts, please vote for your man. Please vote for your man. Let him know what you're thinking. And let's go ahead and try and help him out with this one. Smitty, I got offer Kamara in London for London and Dylan. Take Kamara, keep Kamara, or get Kamara. Okay, yeah, hit that like button. We got do Kelsey for Pitts and Amon-Ra. Let's see. Vote. I want to know your answers. Help the man out. Is it Kelsey or is it Amon-Ra? Pitts and Brown, says Michael. Wake up, boys. Tickle that like button, says Shoddy. St. Brown. Hit that button for your boy Smitty, says Derek Lincoln. St. Brown. There you have it. Overwhelming amount of St. Brown votes. Get your boy into the lineup, St. Brown. He's on the screen, for goodness sake. Okay, he's on the screen, for goodness sake. Let's get him in the lineup, okay? Sure. Thank you for the super chat. Trade away. Oh, and that was a $10 hauler, by the way.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
I appreciate you. Adversity. Trade away Higgins, Breece Hall, J-Rob for Jamar Chase and Christian Kirk. Yeah, I take Chase and Kirk. I mean, it's a lot of talent. Higgins, Breece Hall, and J-Rob is a good amount of value. So I guess it could depend on the scenario, the landscape of your team and all that. But I'm going to say in general that I would take I would take Jamar Chase for Higgins and J-Rob. I would. That's me. And Breece Hall, Kirk, you could argue either side of that. It's arguable for sure. And if you're hesitating, don't do the trade. Most hesitations mean you shouldn't do it. Smitty needs some trade advice. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Needs some trade advice. This is from Jonathan. Jonathan, I appreciate you. I'm 1-2, and I'm struggling at wide receiver. Team is Wentz, Lamb, A-Rob, Elijah Moore, Henry, Chubb, Pitts, Hunt, Pierce, Dillon. Who should I target? I'm selling high on Lamb if I can. I'm selling Henry for Eckler. I'm throwing in a guy like you're not giving me much to work with here because, maybe Hunt to try and get into a safer Eckler. Or you use Lamb and Hunt together. Lamb and Hunt together for Eckler. Lamb and Hunt together for Kamara. Hunt for DeAndre Swift. Straight up. I see it happen all the time. I keep Kyle Pitts. Nick Chubb, if you feel like you can't win, Nick Chubb, you could break up into a Tyreek Hill and an A.J. Dillon type player. Even though you already have A.J. Dillon, you know what I'm saying. Like that's how you do it. You don't break up Nick Chubb into two players unless you need to do it. You need to make you need to make your own self-inventory, self-reflection situation going on where you're honest with yourself. And you say, I can't win. I got to trade Nick Chubb. Now, I do think at a glance, your team's pretty good, but you do need one move. Pierce, Dillon, love them. Pitts, love them. Sell high on those guys, you can't. So hold them. Lamb, Hunt, and only Chubb if you have to. Lamb and Hunt might do the trick if you just get one big name player in there. Lamb and Hunt might get you Jamar Chase or JJ right now. We've seen it happen all day long. Don't underestimate the ability to take advantage of a freaking out owner because they're freaking out everywhere. Trade away Hollywood and Garrett Wilson for playoff Lenny. You might be surprised on this one, but I go get Leonard Fournette, but then I flip him if I can because you can pretty much trade him a lot easier, I think, than Hollywood and Garrett Wilson. So he's a running back. He's an RB. That's the first time you probably ever heard me say that, but go ahead and get him, young man. 425 in the building, 160 thumbs up. Can we get you guys all that are watching right now to just close that live chat on your phone for just 1 millisecond, hit the thumb up button, then hit live chat and bring it all back. Bring it all back. Or just if you're on desktop, easier to do. And subscribe for goodness sake if you haven't subscribed to the show so you don't ever miss a live stream. It helps the channel grow. It helps us get to a point where when we get to 20K, we have more giveaways. We have autographed jerseys and things that get thrown at us because we're so big that I'm like, here, I've got a stack of jerseys I got to give away today, and you guys can help. And Matt dropping a $20 hauler, which I'm going to get to. Give me time, Matty boy. I'm on my way down that way. I've got to stay in order or I'm going to lose a super chat. I can't lose a super chat. I can't lose a super chat. No man is left behind on the super chat watch. So Henry, Najee, who should I grab off waivers? Whose backup should I grab off waivers? Henry, Najee, or J.K. Dobbins? The clear answer is Najee Harris, my guy. Because I don't know that you even know. It's probably Hassan Haskins in Tennessee, but you don't really know, and you don't even know if he'd do well enough to put in your lineup. Warren's good. Pittsburgh knows how to deliver with the backup running back in that offense. They always have. Tomlin's very good about utilizing the backup running back, and Warren looks explosive. If Warren gets in there and gets starter touches, he will be very good. That's easy. I'm down Swift and running laps for not having Jamal Williams. We all have this situation going on one way or another where we don't have a backup. We have an injury. We took 3 guys that were very injury prone. Look, we're all taking laps together on this one. We've all got, stuff that we need to try and fix, okay? So don't worry about it, broski. MJ dropping this. Oh, that's the one I just did. Appreciate you. And thank you, Braden. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Sure. Appreciate your super chats. I got offered Javonte Williams for CEH and D-Hop. You got to take Javonte Williams and run and then take a lap for even asking this question. Because that's one of the easier calls we've had all week, bro. I'm serious. Smitty, what do I do with Najee? You hold him or you sell him high. How do you sell him high? Very easy. Go after Eckler. Go after Kamara. Go after a wide receiver like Tyreek Hill and get something additional. Kyle Pitts and Tyreek Hill. A.J. Dillon and Tyreek Hill. Breece Hall and Tyreek Hill. Damian Pierce and Tyreek Hill. I see it done all the time. He's a RB. and there's a dead zone of RBs, you can take advantage. If there's a struggling wide receiver, you could go get JJ in some cases straight up. You could go get Jamar Chase straight up, which I would do either one of those. But I do like the idea of going after a Tyreek Hill and getting an additional component like I just mentioned, one of those guys. So definitely go take care of business and get on your horse, young man. Mealy, appreciate you being here. Mealy is an OG in the building. T. Brady, we got Tom Brady 16 in the building. I got offered a trade, Eckler trading away. I like the sound of this already. For Swift and A.J. Dillon. Is it panic time for Eckler? I mean, Eckler is one of the best buy lows, so yeah, it's panic time for a lot of other people. I'm buying. There's risk. I mean, sure. But he was ultra active in the passing game last week. It's not like his what was it, 6 carries or 5 carries or whatever it was. It's alarming, but not when you look at the amount of work he was, involved in. So if you look at more than just the rushing stats and you try and take in everything, he's on the field. He's fine. I get it. It's not ideal, but they're going to get him involved because they have to turn things around. I don't think I trade Eckler. If you had Jamal Williams included in this deal, like he was giving you Jamal Williams and Swift and A.J. Dillon, it'd be different. But I'm going to say Eckler is the player that I'm telling everybody to go get, so I can't tell you to trade him away in the same context. If Swift were healthy, it'd be a whole different thing. Pick 2, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Cortland Sutton. Breece Hall and Aaron Jones. Clear as day, easy stuff. But I do like Sutton. I would trade Sutton, though, because he's got good trade value. Dillon or J-Rob in Dynasty. You got to go with Dillon. I understand. I'm not going to try and be completely, crazy about J-Rob here. Smitty's losing his mind. We love to see it. Drop another Kamara getting suspended video, bro. Laughing emoji, laughing emoji, laughing emoji, crying emoji. Thank you. Thank you, Tarzan. Appreciate your support. And you must love the show enough to come watch. So for that reason, I thank you. I'm not even mad at you. Like you can be here all you want, and I have a feeling you are a fan of the show. Maybe not of me, but you're a fan of the show. So appreciate that. To drop Smitty, fire. Time to drop Knox for someone like Conklin or Njoku. I still say no, but I don't blame you for wanting to get Njoku or Conklin on your team, and I can't say that you have the depth to just, put Knox on the bench. So I understand. I don't know if your IR spots include busting. If your player's busting, can you put him on the IR spot? Maybe. But look, we're 3 weeks in, and I still like Dawson Knox a lot. They paid him a big amount of money, and we know he's proven. So I still like him. I think he bounces back. I really do. I just can't tell you if it's going to be next week. And so you put him out there, and then you're never going to trust him again if you go another week. I get it. It's hard. But Conklin's steady, and Njoku's looking steady. But Njoku is like Amari Cooper, the king of just disappointing you once you buy in. So I would say you could pick up one and start him, but I'm not going to like Smitty approve the cutting of Knox because I would probably pick him up. I think I'd probably pick him up if Knox was sitting there. I would. Should I stick it out with Russell Wilson or try and trade for Lamar? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Thank you, KCM, for the message. Overcome, thank you for the super chat. Should I stick it out with Russell Wilson or try and trade for Lamar or a QB or pick up Jameis Winston or something? I mean, of course, I'd love for you to trade for a quarterback. I don't know what Lamar's going to cost you. Your arm, your leg, your buddy's leg. It's going to cost you a lot. So, I don't know how easy that's going to be to attain him. I'd rather go after, an Aaron Rodgers on the very, very cheap, low-key. He looked, pretty decent last week, and I think they're getting in the rhythm. I think they get back to using Aaron Jones a lot in the passing game, and then Dobbs, and, it'll be a lot more balanced now that they're getting wide receiver production. And if you get wide receiver production in conjunction with the running game looking good, then I think it could be a good buy low. So there are better buy lows than Lamar, but certainly come to me with an offer and I can try and navigate you through it, but I would say that you're going to find it hard pressed to get Lamar Jackson from anybody right now. I don't understand how Melvin Gordon is still a thing after he fumbled the ball 3 times already. I know, Franny, it's frustrating. I'm hoping that there is some reevaluation of that. The solace you have is that in week 1 when Javonte was supposed to be in a 50-50 divide, he had 11 receptions. So we need to have a positive takeaway from that. Then in week 2, when he's supposedly still on a 50-50 divide, he had 15 carries to Melvin Gordon's 10. So there's a lot of positives. It's not so much about Melvin Gordon as it is about the usage by this coach at the goal line, his decision making, and how he's going. I don't even care that Melvin Gordon's there and getting some of the work. That doesn't bother me. He's using Javonte wrong. It's not about using both of them. He needs to hire somebody to help him think, not just manage the clock. He needs someone to help him use his brain. And the win is going to just solidify his longer, trial run of this thing through the year. There's no way they're canning the man after a win. It's ridiculous. I wish they would because he's not a good coach. Everybody knows it. Running backs to trade for MT and Zay Jones, AJ Dillon. Kamara, after Kamara, it's really hard to tell you that there's anybody in that running back dead zone. It drops off to AJ Dillon and players that might be too costly to give up, a certain package for. So it's let me pull up some rankings here and just kind of walk you through it. But if we're looking at week 4 rankings, for example, and I'm looking at just RBs, it's once you get past Mixon, which you could potentially try and get Mixon for that. I doubt you're going to get it, right? So you go back down a little lower. Najee, maybe someone's going to knee-jerk react and trade Najee, but you're probably not going to get that. Get to Javonte, try for Javonte. You're going to get through all those players. Aaron Jones, try for Aaron Jones. Dalvin Cook, it's worth the risk at that cost of entry, sure. Alvin Kamara. Once you get past Alvin Kamara, then it's Cordero Patterson, not horrible. You want to go after a running back, that's not bad. James Conner, I'm not trusting. Miles Sanders, I'm not trusting. Dameon Pierce, I love. Is that too costly? Maybe, maybe not. AJ Dillon, that's it. It's like drop-off season. Breece Hall, AJ Dillon, Dameon Pierce, and then it's straight up to Cordero and Kamara and Cook and Aaron Jones. It is dead zone city for running backs, for RBs. So, that's I'm mapping it out for you. That's what you got to almost MT alone for some of those lower bounce back, or not bounce back, lower value running backs like AJ Dillon, and I'd try and give up just MT. But if you got to give up both, you got to give up both. Running backs to trade. Okay, got that one. Thank you, Rock Out, for the super chat. Michael with a $5 hauler. I have Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert in Dynasty. Should I pull the trigger on a deal involving one or more of for Russell Wilson and 2 first-rounders? I have Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert in a Dynasty. Should I pull off the trigger in a deal involving one or more of them for Russell Wilson? So you're in a Dynasty league and you're trying to acquire Russell Wilson. What are we doing here? I know he's not the bigger part of the trade, but it's limiting the return you get by even having him involved. Well, I'm giving you Russell Wilson. Unless it's a super flex league. Number 2, just wait. Just wait. Herbert, now is not time to sell Herbert. You could keep Herbert and trade Jalen Hurts on the high if you want, but you should be getting more than 2 first-rounders unless you know one of them is the 1.1. Would I trade one of these quarterbacks for the 1.1, guaranteed 1.1? Sure, but wait until you know that pick is on the horizon. There's no sense in making a trade for something that's not going to help you right now. If you could win it this year, right? If you could win it this year, I would make a trade now for a winning piece that can help you win now. But you're not waiting, and you're getting nothing but future value when you're only going to gain value by waiting. So sit back and enjoy the climb in value and then trade later. Don't force a trade into a trade. It's not a good trade. Who cares about Russell Wilson? Don't involve him in a trade like that. Traded Kelsey and Olave for JJ, and I appreciate your super chat. I'm kidding about making you take a lap or just kind of poking fun at Russell Wilson right now. But you can do better than that. You can get the world for those quarterbacks. Just wait patiently. Trade Kelsey and Olave for JJ and Schultz. That's a tough one. I'd probably say can we get a vote on that one, chat? Are we going JJ and Schultz, or are we going Kelsey and Olave? Can I get a vote on this one, please? Can I get a consensus group think on this one? I feel like I want to say Olave's really good and really interesting, but I don't know that it's going to push me over the edge to get rid of Justin Jefferson. And I love the idea of getting a solid tight end in there if you have Schultz as your inconsistent play. You know, obviously he didn't play this week, but I probably lean toward the JJ side. Joseph says JJ. We got 2 Kelsey votes. We got another Kelsey vote. Schultz is busting. We got a Kelsey vote. JJ side. Keep Kelsey. Kelsey. JJ. Depends on the team. JJ. Kelsey. JJ. Kelsey. Schultz will bounce back. Kelsey. JJ is going down. Green, watch your mouth, bro. JJ Schultz 100 says Blackbeard. JJ says Terry. JJ says Eric, and it's easy. JJ. We got a lot of JJs coming in now. I would say it's a smidge in the direction of Kelsey based on the chat. I'm going to say JJ. He's the best player in the deal. People are overreacting. You're basically buying JJ at his lowest right now. So that to me is a pretty good deal to be in on buying JJ at his low. Mike Williams for Kamara. I'd take Kamara in a heartbeat, even with all the risk that is truly attached to Kamara. Hero says trade JT and Tyreek for Chase and Javonte. JT and Tyreek, and it's pretty easy for me. And I'm saying that as a Javonte believer. Look, you're getting JT. He's still he's still a top 2 pick. If you put Cup 1, that's fine. But JT's still going number 2 overall in a draft that starts today, from today moving forward, and that's all that matters. The points in the past, the lack of points in the past, none of that matters. Go get JT. You got Tyreek, who's arguably as good as Chase anyway. That side wins. It's side wins all day long.
You've just been Smitty approved.
All day long. Great job, Hero. Great job. Got an offer. My Najee and Lamb and Breece hit accept. Let's see. I got an offer. My Najee for Lamb and Breece Hall. That's pretty close. I mean, I feel like it sucks selling Najee low. And it is selling him low. I mean, I like Breece Hall's on the rise. You can't buy him like he's a starter right now. He's showing signs of getting there. And Lamb is a sell high for me. So you're basically acquiring a sell high in Lamb. It's just the way I feel right now about Lamb's situation. You got a good sell high moment, and you're acquiring him. So it's hard for me. I want to sell Najee before the risk is that. So, like, I think ultimately, I almost want to. It's not bad. I probably do the deal if you need to make a change, but I'm going to be honest and say that I could regret it or I could like it in a week or two. It's really close, and it could go in either direction based on the change in value. Send Lamb for Kamara. I take Kamara. I take the risk on Kamara, and I sell high on CeeDee Lamb right now. Got offered Javonte and Deontay for Henry and CeeDee. God. I'm gonna say Javonte and Deontay. No. Oh my God. The problem is, if you can't trade Henry, I don't like this deal. If you can ride Henry for a week or two and then flip him, I'm interested in that side. But only if you feel like that can happen, because I do feel like at the end of the day, Henry's going to be leaving you hanging. Not that Javonte doesn't feel risky too. It's almost an even, pros and cons to both of them. And there's different levels of pros and cons at different angles of that trade that kind of, constitute like an even trade at the end of the day, even though the pros and cons aren't the same for each side of that. What's up, with Jameson Williams? Drop Palmer for him. I mean, you could. I think Jameson Williams will. We kind of knew after the bye week in week number 6 that he could come on strong week 7. I don't think he's taken away from Amon-Ra St. Brown though, so I'm definitely interested in acquiring him. But have temper your expectations, because even coming into week 7, he'll be, if he does, he'll be like, slow moving and getting his, bearings. I have Dalvin Cook, Gibson, Henderson, and Rex Burkhead. Should I offer a trade Rex and Henderson for Alexander Madison and Mostert? Sure. Yeah, I take Madison. I take the upside of Madison without even knowing if you can use him. I don't care about that package. I don't care about that package at all. Thank you, mate, for the super chat. Appreciate you. And here's the question: 12-man. Oh boy, there's a novel here. Gibson, Lazard for Higgins. Give me Higgins all day. Need ideas, thinking of a better QB, wide receiver. Cousins, okay. I'm trading Jeff Wilson and Cousins to upgrade that QB spot. I'm trading Dobbins and Cousins to upgrade that QB spot. I'm trading on your wide receiver front here. You got, I like your wide receivers. Don't touch them. Go get Joe Burrow for Cousins. Go Cousins and Dobbins. Cousins and Akers. Cousins and Wilson for Joseph Cigar Smoking Burrow. Otherwise, Cousins isn't bad. I would maybe look to upgrade a running back like Jeff Wilson using Dobbins or Akers. That might be work. Or upgrade Mixon into Eckler using Akers or Dobbins. I would do that trade. There's a bunch of them for you. G-Money dropping a $20 holler. Let's go. G-Money, I'm coming for you. If I can't get out of order, I'm going to lose these super chats. I'm coming for you. Don't worry. Stay strong. Terry dropping a $10 wad. Terry's dropping a bunch of emojis, and they come through like that on my system, so I apologize, Terry. I can't properly display them. Matt with this $20, this is the one
To the moon.
that we said we're coming to you, Matt. Appreciate you. Matt says 12-team PPR, and I want to try and get Mahomes or Hurts. A guy in my league has both of them. What should I offer him? This is good because he wants to get rid of this value. He does. In his heart, he wants to get rid of it, but he wants to sell high. He's greedy. He's so greedy, he took both of them. So he's got high expectations. He wants the world. This is the guy who wants like 2 girls, 1 on each arm. He has high, unrealistic expectations. So let's try and figure something out. My team is Mariota, CMC, Javonte, Kelsey. He wants one of those guys. I already know it. He's going to be that guy. But you can't give it to him. You can give him Mike Williams and Mariota. You could give him, if he's got Kyle Pitts or something, you could give him Kelsey for Kyle Pitts and Mahomes. You could easily do that, or Hurts. You could do that. That's doable. You could give Stevenson. You could give Pollard. You could give Ayuk. Don't give Amon-Ra. Don't give Javonte. Don't give CMC. You just can't. You can't give one of those pieces. You could give D-Hop. You could give Brian Robinson. You could give any combination of Mike Williams and D-Hop. Mike Williams and Pollard. Mike Williams and even I don't know, 3 of those guys. Like, you should be able to do that. If he won't do it, then he's just going to hang on to that quarterback all year. I don't see would I maybe give it Amon-Ra for Mahomes or Hurts? I suppose it could carry you. You could use it. It could carry you. Hopkins could come back and it could work out. I would last resort Amon-Ra for your choice. Make sure you're getting the guy you want. They're both very close in value. I love both of them. I just don't want you trading Amon-Ra. That guy. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to get burrowed. Okay? I don't want you to get burrowed on that one. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are gonna remember it.
Get burrowed.
Be very careful. Brian says I have Pittman, Devontae Smith, and Kirk. Should I trade Hollywood for Damian Pierce? Yes. Yes. Also flip ETN for Breece Hall. Yes, I would do both of those. I have Dalvin, Javonte, and Ramondre. Go do both of them, broski. I love.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Easy calls on those trades, my man. Easy calls. ABOZ dropping the $5 hauler. Smitty got my first win. I'm 1-2. Just traded McLaurin, A-Rob, and Patterson for A.J. Brown. McLaurin, A-Rob, and Patterson. That's a debatable trade, my boy, because McLaurin and Patterson could be equal to A.J. Brown on their own. I'm not too worried about including A.J. Brown, not including A.J. Brown. He's kind of indifferent right now, but that is a lot of talent. Like, Cordero Patterson is arguably, and I don't know that he'll continue to play at that level, but it's arguably still as good as A.J. Brown. Like, Patterson's playing at that level. Would I trade Cordero straight up for A.J. Brown? Most likely, assuming that the lineup situation doesn't become a disaster because of such a move. I would probably rather have A.J. Brown, but you also threw a McLaurin. So it's hard. It's hard. I won't say that I'm Smitty approving that trade. I will say that, if you feel like you had the depth to pull it off, you probably got the best player in the deal. But he is injury prone, and I'm not saying I'm running from that. I love A.J. Brown. I want him everywhere. But I do think you did give up a nice little amount. So I'm not going to smash the approve button or say that you took him to the cleaners or anything like that. It could work out for either one of you kind of trade. But appreciate your super chat. And the good news is I didn't Smitty disapprove the trade. Like, you didn't make a horrible mistake. I just don't. I usually like to get excited and I couldn't press the button. But you are still going to the moon because you are a legend here. You've been here for a while.
To the moon.
Appreciate you, my man. Alex with a super chat. I have Herbert, Saquon, Mixon, Pittman, Waddle, Pitts, Gibson, benches, Hopkins, D. London, Garrett, Wilson, James Robinson. Okay. 10-man PPR, what should you trade for? Mixon and Saquon are, you could sell high on Saquon if you wanted, but why do it? Let's just see what else we can do here. Pittman and Waddle, keep them. Pitts, keep them. Your trade opportunities here are probably Hopkins, Gibson, London, James Robinson. Those are all very good trade pieces right now. Garrett Wilson. You could trade a couple of these guys. Go get yourself a Tyreek Hill using Gibson and Hopkins, using J-Rob and London, using J-Rob and Hopkins. You can go get a Tyreek Hill. You can go get an A.J. Brown. You could probably easily get a Kamara if you give up London, J-Rob, and Gibson. And I probably would do it with your current team. I feel like I would sacrifice depth and go all in if you need to make a splash. Those are all very, very good options in my opinion. I don't know if you have Kyle Pitts or not. If you don't have Kyle Pitts, I would definitely go after Kyle Pitts as well. What do you do with Mixon? You hold them, Sean, unless you can sell them high. I mean, which I don't think you'll be able to do. Advice on Gibson. I need a wide receiver. Go after the wide receivers we've been talking about. A.J. Brown using Gibson. Maybe you got to give up a little more. Let's see here. If I can pull up a list of wide receivers, let me think of wide receivers you could go after using Gibby. Like in a straight up deal, or maybe you give up a little bit. Like Evans, people are disappointed on him. I don't think you're going to get him. So we're going to go a little lower. T. Higgins, you can try. Pittman, a boy can dream. Waddle, you're not going to touch him, but you could try. Sutton, no thank you. I mean, it's okay. That's an okay trade. CeeDee Lamb, you could have done that before week number 3. Gabe Davis, a little too low probably for Gibby, but I would take Gabe Davis in like a Breece Hall or something like that if you could pull it off, and I doubt you will. DK Metcalf would be interesting, for Gibby, to be honest. And I know not everybody's going to love that idea, but that's an idea I'd explore if you need a wide receiver bad enough, you want to buy low. I think DK's got some value. McLaurin's got some value. Smitty, will you check out the harvest question? I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what that means. You gotta, if there's a question, paste it in versus I don't know where that is. I'm going through the chat. I can't go find something. I'll try and look for, was there a super chat? Star dropping a super chat and no question attached. I'll look for a question potentially below. Russian Collusion, appreciate you being here. Got offered Dameon Pierce, first of all. Collusion to the moon. Loyal, always here, always colluding. Appreciate you, Collusion. Got offered Dameon Pierce for Stevenson. I take Pierce and I run for the hills. Totally Smitty approved on that one. Drop some likes, you all. Thank you, KCM. KCM to the moon. Appreciate you. Problem Blessed dropping a super. Problem's been a loyal OG for a long time. I can't express my gratitude enough for all of you loyal OGs in here. If St. Brown can't play, who? DK. Yeah, and to that note, on the previous question, I forget who it even was, the Mahomes or Hurts for St. Brown. Because St. Brown's questionable this week, that's one of the other reasons why it's not crazy to trade him for a quarterback that's that powerful for your lineup. So you might want to explore that. If St. Brown can't go this week, do I play DK, Ayuk, Olave, or Dortch? Olave is probably your pick, bro. He's safest. I like DK. I try and get DK into a flex spot somewhere or whatever, but I think you got to go Olave while Olave's ripping up the yards, the air yards. Like they got like 340 plus air yards in week number 2. Winston's just firing off missiles, just Here, go. Just throwing as hard as he can downfield. And it's just the air yards are unbelievable. That's how good and bad Winston is all at the same time. He's awful in some respects, but he just throws so freaking much. It's like I don't understand how his arm doesn't go out. His body goes out before his arm goes out. The rest of his body goes out. PPR, double flex, Jay Herbert. Thank you. Appreciate you, Michael. Jay Herbert, JT Wilson, Allen, is that Everett? Even M, is that Everett? Brown, Hollywood Brown. Who is that? Evan. Evan. I think that's Everett. I think he's trying to write Everett. Hollywood Brown, Patterson, bench Olave. If someone knows what he means by even or Everett, if that's Everett, somebody tell me. Like, sometimes I'm reading this and it's like a hot mess to me, and I can't even think critically anymore about the abbreviations of some people. So help me out in the chat if I'm totally just like brain farting on that one. Stevenson. Let's see here. JT, Javonte Williams, Allen, Patterson, bench. Okay, wants to trade Javonte for Evans. Okay, yeah, because I saw it down here, Evans. But even put Evan here. Okay, we're pretty sure it's Evans. There's no S on either one of them. You're spelling them wrong, but it's okay, Michael. Michael, we have time to learn the grammar. We don't have time to not make trades, so you're doing the right thing. Put off the grammar. We'll come back to it after you win your championship, and we can buy some lessons. Okay, don't worry, I screw up all the time, Michael. And this autocorrect is horrible these days. Okay, so Javonte for Evans. Should I make the trade? I'd rather have Javonte Williams. I'm not running from Javonte Williams. I'm buying Javonte Williams, and people can get mad at me all they want. God, that was like a brain teaser. Even means Evans. How would I not know that? Traded Joe Mixon and Mike Williams for Jamar Chase. I can get by.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Not everybody's going to be about that, but I am. What sort of panic trade after starting 1 to 2 with a bad wide receiver production? Do you overreact? Traded Joe Mixon and Mike Williams for Jamar Chase. I'm okay with that. I like Jamar Chase that much. I'm fine with it. It's a little bit of an overpay, but it's not that bad. You know, you're overpaying for value. You get what you pay for, so it's not like a big deal. Star dropping a super chat. Traded Hopkins and Mike Williams for Adams. Did I give too much? Hopkins and Mike Williams for Adams? No, I love that trade.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Totally love that trade. Nice job. Don't be scared of doing those kind of deals. I like it, man. I like it. I think you did an absolutely phenomenal job. Blackbeard says super chats rolling on this because you guys are awesome. I got voicemails to get to too. My voicemail groups are dropping voicemails. I have Burrow as my QB. My wide receivers are Diggs, St. Brown, Elijah Moore, and Dortch. I have Lawrence on my bench. I just traded him for Olave. Did I win the trade? I just traded, let's see, I have Trevor Lawrence on my bench. I just traded him for Olave. Absolutely. You know, you don't, you have Lawrence on the bench. You're getting Olave who could start for you. That's a big win.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Nice job. K Woods dropping a super chat. K Woods says got offered Swift, Bateman, and Jamal Williams for T. Higgins and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Got offered Swift, Bateman, and Jamal Williams for T. Higgins and Clyde. Give me Jamal Williams and Swift and Bateman. Because, like, I love T. Higgins, guys, but Bateman's acceptable when you're getting Swift and Jamal Williams. You know, and Clyde's scoring big, but he's also in the middle of kind of like a sell high moment. As much as I love Clyde, you know I love Clyde, but it's like, can he survive off of this production? I'm going to go ahead and take Jamal and Swift and Bateman, and I'm going to run. I like that deal. I like that deal a lot. Top Gun says Mike Williams for Curtis Samuel. Thoughts, Smitty? Give me Mike Williams all day long. I don't even understand this deal. Give me Mike Williams and I run. And Mike Williams disappointing. He's a disappointment maker, but I run. Who dat? And I got G Money next. Don't let DeAndre Swift injury distract you from the fact that CIA blew up Nord Stream pipe. What? Okay. I don't know. It's getting political here. I don't even understand. Your boy Smitty's looking at only football right now. I can't even wrap my mind around that one. Appreciate your super chat. Who dat? What that? I don't even know what's going on with that. G Money dropping this $20 wad. We gave him a standing ovation already. Let's send him to the moon as well. Team is Burrow. Wide receivers AJB, Bateman, JT, Pollard, Ingram, Lamb. Benches Penny, Schultz, Mason, Aguilar, Rashad White, Robinson Jr. Should I do this trade? I give up AJB and Pollard, and I get Javonte and Mike Williams. I don't even need to know what your team is, in this situation. I'm not saying don't give it to me. I'm just saying I don't even care how this affects the team. You can make another trade. You're getting Javonte and Mike Williams for Pollard and AJB. I'm taking that all day long myself. I understand somebody might argue against it. I'm not going to tell anybody to take a lap if they go in the other direction, but I'm taking Javonte and Mike Williams all day.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Very easy call. And thank you so much, G Money, for all your support. G Money is an OG.
To the moon.
To the moon, G Money. This one, should I trade Lamar and London for Kyler, Connor, and Cooks? Lamar and London for Kyler, Connor, and Cooks. If you make this trade, you like losing.
You've just been Smitty disapproved.
You haven't been disapproved, but the trade, Austin, has been disapproved. And on top of that, you need to tell the individual that sent it to you to come to this video once it posts. 1 hour and 26 minutes and 30 seconds into the video, I have a message for him about his trade offer that he sent to my boy Austin. Whoever you are sending this offer to my boy Austin, I have a message for you.
You are offer sucks. Your trade offer sucks.
Not only is London capable of being better than Connor, not only is London capable of being better than Brandon Cooks, and I assume this is Brandon Cooks because it's not Dalvin Cook, so I'm assuming Brandon Cooks. This is a horrible trade offer because Lamar's, on win a league potential territory, on a track to help guide your ship. You've got to be 2-1 or 3-0 because of Lamar alone. And if you're 1-2 or 0-3 because the team's struggling, you do need to maybe look at trading your top guns to get more players, obviously, if that's the case. But this is not it. This is not it at all. Burrow in a Chase or Tyreek Hill and a Burrow, like something like that's going to get you, that's what you're going to get for Lamar if you're in a bind and you're 0-3 and you've got Lamar somehow. But no, Austin, no, we're not doing this right now. We're not doing it. I'm not letting you do it. I'm not letting you destroy the value you have, the trade bait you have if you do need to make a trade. 12, appreciate your super chat, by the way, Austin. You are the man. Let's send you to the moon.
To the moon.
That's the least I can do after breaking that trade down that way. I have Pitts and Najee, and I'm being offered Eckler and Knox. Pitts and Najee, Eckler, Knox. I don't like this. I want to keep Najee and Pitts, but I do try and trade Najee for Eckler and give up something else. So I'm going to Smitty disapprove that trade, but I do love the idea. And I don't know what else you can give that you have on your bench. I would rather keep Kyle Pitts and do something else. Mixon for Devontae Adams. Easy Devontae Adams at this point. Could Mixon rebound? Sure. But am I worried about Adams? No. He's catching touchdowns. He'll be more productive, believe me.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Love trading for Devontae Adams right now. You're going to find, in fact, I'm going to make sure I write this down so I don't forget that Adams will be along with, Kamara will be a buy low, and then Eckler will be a buy low. I just want to make sure I have Adams written down. I don't want to forget to emphasize how much Adams is a great buy low right now because people are like, oh, he's done kind of good, and maybe he's not going to be a top 5 wide. Believe me, Adams will be fine. He'll get fed. For as much doubt as I have about the Raiders, being an amazing team with the way they've built this like super team, and it's not quite looking. It's kind of like in basketball. It's not quite looking like anybody thought. It's not producing. Adams will get his. We've learned that Adams will get his. So I'm buying low. $10 hauler. You're going to the moon, young man.
To the moon.
For this $10 hauler. Traded Debo and J-Rob for Eckler. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I love that trade. Traded Debo and J-Rob for Eckler and Mixon. How do you get Eckler and Mixon for Debo and J-Rob? That is phenomenal. Like, Eckler alone is arguable in that situation. You got Mixon and Eckler both for Debo and J-Rob. Excellent. I don't even need to read the rest of your team. You did absolutely phenomenal. You're strengthening a 3-0 team. Just rubbing salt in the wound and all your league mates as they're sitting there watching you just make trade after trade. Just rich getting richer. Absolutely phenomenal. Thank you, Owen, for your super chat here. I have Stafford, Eckler, Dillon, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Deontay Johnson, MPJ, Peoples-Jones? No, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Who's MPJ? Guys, I never see some of these abbreviations. MPJ. Michael Pittman Jr. Why were you using Michael? Why were you using Jr.? And okay, Michael Pittman Jr. I got it. Everett, DJ, Hendy, JK, Dotson, McKissick, 12-man PPR. I'm looking at a word salad constantly. When I see MPJ and I'm like, 12-team PPR, should I sit? I got that before you guys even told me to. It's a word salad sometimes. My brain's fried as it is, and sometimes people will put like M. I'm trading M for what do you think about me trading M, Smitty? MPJ gets Smitty every week. It does get me every week. But some people, someone could say, what about J? What if I trade J? Who's J? This is the letter J only. Only the letter J. Oh, that's Michael Pittman Jr. I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's not. I don't see it a lot. I don't see MPJ a lot. I see peanut butter and jelly, PB&J. I don't know. I just don't understand. It's okay, Owen. Appreciate you. Now no one's gonna put MPJ. They're like, I don't want Smitty to just like not know what the trade is. Miss my super chat. I'll try and remember this one. You kids at your tweeter. You kids tweeting all the time in your abbreviations. MPJ, Everett, DJ. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. 12-team PPR. Should I sit, or what position should I target? Should I sit, or sit tight? Okay, so we're still abbreviating, Owen. You still want me to read your mind? I got you. I'm gonna say like Stafford, Eckler, Dillon, Amon-Ra, Deontay, Pittman Jr., DJ Hendy, JK. I don't think you have the winning team. Don't take that the wrong way, Owen. Everybody's got a team where they need to make a trade. I don't think you can sit on this team. What can you sell? I don't know that there's a lot of like Hendy and Deontay for a potential like Higgins, a JK and Hendy, a JK and Deontay for a potential Higgins, for a potential Kamara. I'm trying to get into those buy low players before it's too late. Give me Pitts over Everett by throwing in a potential Dotson, or maybe you throw in. I really think Deontay and JK could maybe get you something ridiculous, like a Kamara. I see it all the time. You got to try. I think Higgins is a great buy low. I think Kamara is a great buy low. Eckler is a great buy low. Devontae Adams is a great buy low. You might very well get using Deontay, Hendy, and JK. You might get Devontae Adams. You might get Jamar Chase. Go after that. You need something like that. I'm not going to lie to you, Owen. You need something like that to win this league. And you're one trade away from it. So go out there and get it done. Come back. We'll celebrate. Take a lap together, a victory lap. We'll take one of them soft victory laps like this one right here. The old school victory lap. Where is it? Right here. Take a lap. We'll take an old school victory lap together. Logan with a $5 hauler. 12-man Dynasty Superflex. Dynasty. Keep that in mind. Dynasty. Carr, Dak, JT, Barkley, Javonte. Okay, so Barkley, Javonte, and JT is phenomenal. It's super flex. You got Carr and Dak. That's pretty good. You know, they're not like, you know, gonna keel over next year. So you got some value there. Deontay, CD, St. Brown, Conklin. Should I get Dak back in a few weeks? Suggested moves. Deontay, I mean, I try and trade CD on the high. I would really try and I'd go get a Higgins for CD right now. I know that might seem like a sell low, but I don't think it is. I'd go after an AJ Brown using CD. I would give Deontay and CD together for I mean, Deontay and CD for like a Jamar Chase if someone's freaking out. You got a good team. I don't think you need to make any big crazy moves, but Deontay and CD are very, very tradable pieces. For a win now potential, would I trade CD for Tyreek Hill? And I think maybe you get that done in a dynasty, and you assume that Hill's got one more year after this year. I do worry about his hamstrings, but he's kind of an anomaly type of guy. I would take Tyreek Hill's value now. If I'm you, I feel like that's a doable move. Drop Knox for Khalil Herbert. Yeah, you got to get Khalil Herbert on your team, broski. $5 from True Gentleman. Do I trade Kyle Pitts and Aaron Jones for JT and Higgins? Yes, you do, and you make that trade immediately. I don't even need to see your team. That value alone, you trade Pitts and Aaron Jones for JT and Higgins, and you do it now. That's a great trade. Rock out. Pick up Reynolds, P. Ryan, Bolden, or Warren. I pick up Warren. I like the idea of getting Warren on my roster. In case Najee. In case Najee goes down. Word salad. I need a button that says word salad. when I'm fumbling or say the wrong thing or can't think anymore, I got to hit a button. Word salad. 14 team PPR. I have Burrow, Javonte, Hall, Pollard, Jamar Chase, London, Benjamin, Pollard, trade suggestions. Okay, so I love Burrow, love Javonte, love Hall, Jamar Chase, London, McLaurin. These are all good options, man. I love the idea of getting Kyle Pitts on this team. You could use a McLaurin for Kyle Pitts right now. McLaurin had a big week. You can use that. Khalil Herbert, go to the Montgomery owner, see what they got to throw at you. Maybe you can upgrade a McLaurin using Khalil Herbert. Give him Khalil Herbert, get McLaurin upgraded into a much better, stronger wide receiver. Or go after. Yeah, I would do that. I would go after that, or just try and trade McLaurin for Javonte, Hall, Pollard, Chase, London. I think that's the move. Go to that owner, see what you can do. I think that'd be a good move. Appreciate you, Torres. Just traded Devontae Smith and Kareem Hunt for Austin Eckler. Smash.
You've just been Smitty approved.
Smash. Love that. That was a great job, Cameron. Absolutely blasted him. Pick up Pierce, Herbert, or Jamal Williams. Go watch my waiver wire show for the answer between Herbert and Williams, but Pierce is a must grab. Pierce vaults up above both Herbert and Jamal Williams, so go get Pierce without hesitation. But put in a claim for Herbert and Jamal Williams, and go watch my video to kind of know why, Carlton, because it kind of matters based on your perspective. Is it long-term Herbert, or is it more you need something now for 2 weeks, you go Jamal? But go get Pierce right now, because he's giving you that now factor as well. I'm 0-3. Thank you, Harvest, for your super chat. Maybe this is what somebody said. Are you going to answer Harvest's super chat? Of course I am. I'm going through all these super chats. We're getting it done. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. I'm 0-3 with the pyramid. Debo, Gabe, T. Higgins, Ertz, Gibby, Wilson, Madison, Javonte, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Keep the faith. T. Higgins, Gabe Davis, Debo, they all need to step up as well. It's not just the pyramid guys that need to step up. Everybody needs to step up on this team. But you got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase, you got Debo, you got Javonte, you got Gabe Davis, you got T. Higgins. You got a really good team. I would love to see you get into an A.J. Dillon using Gibby, using Jeff Wilson. Go to the Dalvin Cook owner. Hold Madison over their head. Maybe acquire Cook using Gibby and Wilson. Maybe Sutton and Gibby for Cook. I think you could maybe do that. I'd try that first. And then if he doesn't want to do it, say, enjoy the show. I got the guy that's going to eventually be in there. You're going to be watching while I've got Madison dropping top 10 running back numbers for multiple games. Come get him. Come get him, broski. Hold it over his head. Go get Sutton turned into a bigger name player. Go give Madison and Gibby to get a bigger name player. You know, you could easily get this done, Harvest. You're gonna be fine. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you.
Doing it live.
I think a lot of the younger crowd probably doesn't even know what I'm saying right now when I'm yelling doing it live. They probably don't. You don't even know how historical that statement is in the context of yelling and screaming. We're doing it live. I don't think you even know how important of a moment that was in historical television. Smitty, I have ETN, Mooney, Pierce, Knox, Herbert. I'm looking to make a trade. What do you think? I mean, this is tough. You're not giving me your full team. You can't be. This can't be your full team. There's no way. Of the players you're giving me, I would go look at the two teams or one team that's struggling badly at quarterback, because someone is, and I'd look to trade Tua. This is all on your bench. Okay. Thank God. I would say I'm not trading Pierce. I love Pierce. I'm trading ETN Moon. I mean, I'd trade Pierce at the right price. I don't have a lot of information here, Top Gun, to go off of, because I don't see your lineup or anything, but I'm going to say like Tua and a ETN might be able to get you an AJ Dillon. You know what I mean? Get you a Pierce type player. You already have Pierce, but I would take AJ Dillon. I would take RSSB, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would take I'd take St. Brown. I don't think he's going to do that, though, but you could. He's banged up. But AJ Dillon's phenomenal. Higgins is good for that package. Tua and ETN. You know, you could potentially do that. Appreciate you with your super chat, good buddy. Aaron Jones for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Breece Hall. If you need to make a move and you need two players, this is why you're making the trade. I would trade Aaron Jones for that, but I could see you standing down if you're like 2-1. You're doing good. Don't freak out and make the wrong trade. Okay? Like, keep controlled. Be controlled. That was Pittman. Sorry, can you please reevaluate the question? I got it. I knew it was Pittman. We took it. Oh, wait. True Gentleman, did he have something different? Maybe that was the same. Maybe that was a different question. True Gentleman says, do I trade Pittman? Oh, you can't put Pitt. You guys got to be more. That's okay, True Gentleman, but you got to be more clear with the abbreviations. To me, that's Kyle Pitts. That is a lot closer to Kyle. That's one letter away from Kyle Pitts and multiple letters away from Pittman. Do I trade Pittman and Aaron Jones for JT and Higgins? Doesn't really change it all that much, to be honest with you. I'm still taking JT and Higgins, and I'm punching it, bro. Punching it. Answer's the same. Same answer, broski. Same answer. Appreciate you. Trade M for S. Should I trade M for S? What about J? Should I start J or B? What about BT? That's Bateman. BT's Bateman, Smitty. It's like talking to these high school kids and they're texting now. Everything's abbreviated. BT's Bateman. E is Eckler. EK's Eckler. Come on. Higbee, Jefferson, or Michael Thomas, Mark Andrews. Probably Jefferson, but that's arguable for sure. Who dat? What that? Trade Amon-Ra for Jamar and Pierce. You get Jamar and Pierce for Amon-Ra? Yes. The answer is 100,000. That's beyond Smitty approved, and I love Amon-Ra. Monty owner have Mixon and Tyreek Hill. Melvin, at this point, I don't remember the question, but I love the idea of trading for. I'm sure you had Khalil Herbert. You're trying to upgrade. Like Tyreek Hill is an amazing upgrade from a middle range wide receiver. Torres, phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure I remember telling you to go upgrade into a wide receiver, and Tyreek Hill would be a great one. Evans and Hunt for Kamara. I'd rather have Kamara, but that's arguable as well. It's close. Amir says, who do I play and keep? Russell Wilson, Tua, Kirk, T-Law. You're probably playing Tua. You're probably keeping Kirk and T-Law, and you're probably cutting Russell Wilson. If we're doing this game, you got a lot of quarterbacks there, and I don't think you need Russell Wilson at that point. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hit the voicemails here. Answering now. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer these voice messages here from the gang in the voicemail 2 group. Looks like we got a couple. So Victor.
Yo, it's me. What's up, Victor here?
Victor.
I have Joe Burrow as my QB, Javonte Williams, Austin Eckler, Ramondre Stevenson, Travis Etienne as my running backs, and I have CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon St. Brown as my wide receivers, and as my tight ends, I had.
Victor, I'm losing my attention span here. I don't even know what I hope the question's simple.
If I need to improve something, this team.
Oh my God, I gotta retain all that.
For a tight end like Kelsey, I don't know another tight end that I can trade for. Do you think I should make a lot of moves or not? I'm 2-1, and I don't know if I need to make.
Finish him. Call terminated.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
We got to listen to that again. You got to ask quicker questions than that. This is the voicemail king. Kevin already destroyed one of the live streams one time, leaving like 5 of those in a row, and we just can't do it, Victor. I'm gonna try and go through a little bit of it.
Yo, it's me. What's up, Victor here? I have Joe Burrow as my QB.
Burrow.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte.
Eckler, Ramondre Stevenson, Travis Etienne.
Eckler.
As my running backs, and I have CD Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon St. Brown as my wide receivers.
Wait, what are you doing? You're playing in a 4-man league. What are you gonna do, Victor? That team's fantastic. Go get a Kyle Pitts using some of the bench talent from Amon-Ra down. Don't trade Amon-Ra. Use some of the bench talent. Absolutely go get some. Pitts.
Schmitty, I don't have a question. I just want to say thanks for all you do, homie.
Thank you, Austin. Here's another part 2.
Your show, your content, all fire, bro. Keep it up.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate you, good buddy. Thank you.
Also, just wanted to say Barkley to the moon, taking off on a rocket ship. Next destination is Mars, bro. Dude is on
to the moon.
Fire. Looks insanely explosive, bro.
That one run at the end of the game definitely helped him because it was kind of a sluggish day for him, and then he just popped off. That was great.
Hey, Smitty, I have Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, and Mike Evans. I was wondering if I should try trading A.J. Brown and Mike Evans for a Justin Jefferson, or just hold tight onto the guys I have.
A.J. Brown and Mike Evans. A.J. Brown and Mike Evans for Justin Jefferson. Is that what he said?
A.J. Brown and Mike Evans for a Justin Jefferson, or just hold tight onto.
That's a lot to give up, I would say, bro. That's a lot to give up. I'd probably say I'd try and give up or get something back. Then we're talking. You know, if there's something you're getting back, then I like it. But
Smitty, my running backs are McCaffrey, Barkley,
where's he at? Bathroom?
Etienne, Brian Robinson, Kenneth Walker. Would you trade away Bateman, Thielen, and Etienne for Michael Pittman Jr. and A.J. Dillon?
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Easy call. Kevin.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? Smee, voicemail king.
Oh, God.
wanted to bring up a point on the Jacksonville backfield.
By the way, Voicemail King, this is Kevin. This is the guy that we say leaves the novels. 43 seconds left. Enjoy.
Looking at the statistics, buy Travis Etienne low, sell J-Rob high. I know, like, here's my point, is James Robinson has 51 carries.
Oh.
Carries for 230 yards in the season, and he had 2 rushes where one went for 50 yards, one went for 37. You deduct those, and you have 49 carries for 149 yards, which is under 3 yards per carry if you take away those 2 long runs from James Robinson. So, buy Travis Etienne.
Thank you. It's like taking a long, you know what? Look, Voicemail King is right. He's right. And I get a lot of hate for this, and I do try and stay away from talking about it because I don't really want to rile everybody up. And I know everybody gets so mad and they think I'm digging my heels in. But James Robinson doesn't look that good. I mean, if you watch, I know the stats are looking good, but when you watch him, even on that breakaway touchdown run, he looked like he was not hobbled, but he was not like explosive. He looked like there was an open lane, and he was like, I did it! And he was just like, and he's right. He was averaging 3.8 yards per carry walking into week number 3. I'm just really hesitant to be like, guys, he's back. He's going to do amazing. People are talking about dynasty value, and I mean, he's a good sell high. If I'm wrong, great. You got something amazing for him, and J-Rob's looking good. The piece you got looks good. Everybody wins. But if I'm right and J-Rob is mediocre right now, and it's like everyone thinks it's the most amazing story ever, and I'm not just digging my heels in. If you notice, I've been just not talking about it because I don't want to talk badly about the guy's comeback and everything, but Etienne is a hold. Like, he's right. Etienne's a hold. He's not necessarily, you could buy him low too, but Etienne is a hold and a buy low, and he's got injury risk too. But I not selling on James Robinson right now is it could be, you could regret it later because there's a lot of value in it. And if you're not going to regret trading him because you're going to get something good, it's a win-win. Or you win and the other person loses. It's win-win, or you win and they lose. There's no other option really, as long as you buy smartly. I have Montgomery. Should I trade London and Tyler Boyd for Khalil? That's a lot to give up for Khalil Herbert, but you might need to if this is like your starting running back and you have no backup plan sitting there. Smitty, update 14K behind you. We're still not at 15K. We're almost at 15K. We're getting close. We will update that 14K behind me once we get to 14 to 15K. Appreciate you dropping that super chat, that question. Let's see. I think who that. Appreciate you. Lewis, I have Monty. Okay, got that one. Russian collusion. Thanks again. RS dropping a super chat. I now have JJ Amon-Ra, AJ Brown with Godwin and D Hop on the bench, Javonte and Pierce with Khalil Herbert, Hunt and White on the bench. Going to propose Godwin for AJ Dillon. Yes, and I'd give up Godwin for AJ Dillon. I'd give up more if I needed to. Like, don't give up any of those good pieces of the team. I don't even know what else I'd add in, but yes, go after that. Go after Breece Hall. Go after AJ Dillon. Nice job. Amon-Ra for Eckler. I do take Eckler for Amon-Ra. And RS, that was a $10 holler. You did an appropriate standing.
Mashed potatoes!
Appreciate you, my broski. That's the wrong screen. Okay, let's get to the remainder of the voice messages. Kevin, thank you for the long voicemail. Always appreciated. Voicemail group 1. I think we got to remove everybody and start over because we're getting literally no messages anymore. And I know it's partly my fault because we have so many super chats and It's like they don't want to waste their time leaving a voice message if there's nothing to say.
Hey, Smitty, what do you expect from the Jets offense once Zach Wilson returns and Flacco goes back to the bench? Right now, they're one of the most pass-heavy teams in the league, and that's really benefiting the wide receivers and the running backs. Do you think it's going to continue that way, and do you see anything changing with the Jets offense and the receivers?
We don't know what's going to happen. We don't. Nobody does. Hopefully it means Breece Hall gets fed more or something. That's what I'm hoping. But, if the offense isn't efficient, they'll pull a Zach Wilson. They will. Like, they can't just keep throwing him out there if he looks awful. But hopefully they throw as much, or they stretch the field enough. But we don't know.
Smitty, I got Javonte last night, and all I had to give up was Debo and Dobbs. And my team consists of Justin Herbert, Curtis Samuel, Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, Swift, Pitts, giving up Debo and Dobbs, and I got DeAndre Hopkins.
DeAndre Hopkins, yeah. Look, I'm never gonna lie to you, Terry. I think Debo is easily as valuable as Javonte right now. Like, if you got to use trade market value, and I feel like maybe Javonte has lower value than Debo. So, like, as much as I love Javonte, realistically, you could have got a lot more than just Javonte Williams for Debo. Debo's got higher trade value by not just a little bit, but probably by a decent amount. So, in a sense, you kind of gave up too much. You know what I mean? You gave up too much in the sense of trade value. Now, I like the idea of trading for him and getting like a Breece Hall, getting an additional player, but you always have to use the current trade value market. And if Javonte was a 15 to 18, 15 to 20 overall value player, he listened to Smitty's Javonte hype. Don't blame him. Well, guess what, bro? That's the last time we're gonna handle Harmon. You're gonna come in. You're gonna continue to try and beat a dead horse. I'm literally giving him honest advice right now about it. And you have to come in and keep saying he listened to Smitty, blah, 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 Smitty, drink the Kool-Aid, blame, 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 blame. Well, guess what, Harmon? Now you're gone. Now you're gone, Harmon. There's no more show for you. I told you over and over to be positive in the chat, to not go after people, to be a positive influence in the chat. There's ways to watch the show and just be a positive person. You don't have to be a drag on the chat, but now you're gone. He was even gone, and I undid it. I undid it because I was like, you know what? He's getting moderated. I was like, you know what? I want him to have another chance because I don't want to do that. I don't want somebody to not be able to speak their mind and be critical. But when you come in and you're constantly trying to tear people down, I'm protecting my people in my chat. I could care less about me, but you constantly do it to other people too. So you're gone. As I was saying, Terry, I think you could have got more. But I still think it's good. It could work out for you. Don't take that in a negative way. It's just Debo has more value right now. Right now.
And I'm 3-0, baby.
Attaboy, bros. 3-0. Terry. Mashed potatoes. And Terry, I'm hoping it works out for you, and it very well could. And I'm very much about Javonte. But we're definitely, it's Javonte season still. It's just a little delayed. Don't worry about it, Terry. You did awesome, my broski. You did awesome. Anyway, should have got more, okay? But that's that. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you dropping your questions. I think Javonte will have a similar numbers as last year outside of Gordon injury, says Steven. A lot of people do feel that way, but I'm definitely going to be buying Javonte where I can. I'm just going to try and get more, than like Terry could have got. But Terry still did good. He's 3-0. Terry, you're obviously doing good work. Nice job. Zepeda, appreciate you. At least Debo is used right. You could debate that, Robert, because I think Shanahan's going to get him hurt. That's another reason why I would have made the trade that Terry did. I just would have asked for more because I'm afraid. Like, I'll buy Debo in the right context, but I'll also sell Debo and feel pretty comfortable about selling him. Breece Hall for Javonte Williams. I would definitely. That's the kind of buying low that I like on Javonte. Absolutely go get Javonte using Breece Hall. And I love Breece Hall. Derrick Henry going forward, I'm going to sell him off of a pretty decent game, and I think you get a Eckler pretty easily. I think you get an Alvin Kamara pretty easily. Maybe you want to hold on to Henry for another week or two, and that's fine too. Broncos need to use Javonte better. Absolutely, no question about that. Penny, you also came in hot the other day. Don't drop any negativity in the chat, bro. I mean, the first thing you said when you came in was people said first. Like, don't do that in here, bro. I'm just gonna tell you right now. Debo for Joe Mixon. Similar to what Terry just did. Appreciate you, Terry. Similar to what Terry did. I think Debo's got more value than Mixon. So if you're trading Debo for Mixon, make sure you're getting Mixon and something. I got vetoed acquiring Chase playing in a daycare league. That sucks, Jake. That's stupid when you can't make your own trades. Smitty, are you going on Rumble? I know it's been a long show. Let's go on Rumble real quickly. You told me to upgrade running back 2, traded Jamar and Hurts for JT, Amon-Ra, and Dak. I'm assuming you have a good quarterback. So if you traded Jamar and Hurts for JT, Amon-Ra, and Dak, Hurts and Jamar. So JT, it depends on your quarterback, Connor. I don't know what you did there, sum total, but I mean that could work out if you had literally 2 amazing quarterbacks. Smitty, I'm 3-0. Should I trade Mike Williams for D-Hop or Mike Williams and Gallup? Trade Gallup. Why is Gallup even on a roster right now? For Gabe Davis or hold? Trade Mike Williams for D-Hop. Those are all like iffy, flip a coin things. Is Hopkins going to be better than Mike Williams? Mike Williams better than Hopkins? Probably rather have Mike Williams because he's playing right now. You're 3-0. Keep it up. Mike Williams for Gabe Davis. It's arguable too. He can't stay healthy. I do like Gabe Davis a little bit more, but his value is lower, so I don't know if that's a good trade, fair market value wise. So let me see if the graveyard's got anything. No one. Graveyard, voicemail 1 and 2 are dry. We might have to we might have to just erase voicemail group 1 and 2 and start over. I'm going to give these guys a chance, though. We're going to maybe try and revive the question and answers coming in here. But there's a lot of people that don't ask questions, so I think I'm going to go back. And if I don't see any people asking questions, I'm going to delete them from the chat. And then I'll add you back. Don't worry. But we need to replenish it. We'll probably do that. Eric says, I'll give you guys a chance. Don't worry. I'm not going to delete anybody yet. But I mean, if someone's never asking questions, like ever, I'm not going to, that's what that chat's for. Traded Juju and Jeff Wilson for Breece Hall. Yeah.
To the moon.
And where's my other button?
You've just been Smitty approved.
That's a good one. Look at all the things going haywire here. Would you trade away Bateman, ETN, Thielen? This is an old question. There's that MPJ again. That was an old question, though. Drunken Hamster says PPR trade Kelsey plus Evans and Juju for JJ and Javonte. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking JJ and Javonte on that deal. Yeah, I mean, you could argue it, I suppose. This is too long. That's a novel and a half, bro. You got to tighten that up. I can't. My brain's fried at the end of what are we at? 2-hour live stream. I can't read that. You think I can read that? Freiermuth or Dawson Knox? Probably Freiermuth, bro. D-Hop isn't even playing for a while. Why would you trade Mike Williams? I mean, that's kind of what I said, Alex, in a much nicer way, if you know what I'm saying, broski. Jim, did Jim leave another one? No, that one's old. Someone said they left a voicemail. Let's see here. J-Box sent one.
Hey, Schmitty. Love the show, man. So, I have Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Derrick Henry, and I'm trying to get rid of Drake London and Kyle Pitts because they're both on the same team, or one or the other. I know you love Kyle Pitts, and Derrick Henry as well. So what do you think I can do to improve my team, and what kind of trades do you think I can do?
I mean, yeah, I need to. I don't know. I mean, I get rid of Drake London for. I'd probably keep Kyle Pitts. I would get rid of Drake London and try and do a package for A.J. Dillon, for Breece Hall, for Damian Pierce, for a quarterback upgrade. But I like the idea of keeping Pitts over London. I like London a lot. It also depends on your wide receivers. If London's like your wide receiver, then you got to kind of like roll with that. You know what I mean? So it's dependent on your situation more than anything, which hard to get get that through on a voice message. So let's go. See if I can find another. Looking for more voice messages. Nothing yet. Brian sent a voice message. Here we go.
Smitty, should I trade away Mixon and Hollywood for Barkley and Ayuk?
Mixon and Hollywood for Barkley and Ayuk. Mixon and Hollywood for Barkley and Ayuk. I take Barkley. Take the Barkley side. Yeah. Take the Barkley side. Apparently, Swaggy, you're late. We've already had this conversation. They've already had this conversation. Go back and listen about 10, 15 minutes ago. Still selling on Brian on J-Rob. We're 3 weeks in, bro, and he has not looked great. He's had a couple big runs, and he was averaging 3.8 yards per carry walking into week number 3 with the run that my grandmother could have run that touchdown back. So like, it's not like I don't appreciate him, and he's doing really well staying on the field, but let's not get carried away about top 10 running back in J-Rob yet. We're 3 weeks in, broski. We're 3 weeks in. Rico, appreciate you. Mark Cleveland dropping a $20 hauler. Mark Cleveland, let's go.
Mashed potatoes.
Yep. Mark Cleveland dropping the wad. Rico's was first 3-0. I want to package Zeke and Devontae Smith. What can I get? That's pretty good. I mean, you could get, like, I sell Zeke high. I sell Zeke high. I would say you could get you could go for a A.J. Dillon. You could go for a T. Higgins. I like Devontae Smith enough to where if you don't want to do that, you could definitely, hold off for another, like an A.J. Brown or something. You could get an A.J. Brown. I'd go get an A.J. Brown if I can. I think A.J. Dillon's tempting. Aaron Jones, Kamara, like, you could always try on those, but you'll probably get rejected. But why not shoot for the moon? But there are definitely some good options there to go after. Go after anybody that's like floating around that, like A.J. Brown, like top of round 3 territory. Team is Burrow, A.J. Dillon, Javonte, Jefferson, A.J. Brown, McLaurin, Schultz, bench A-Rob. Any ideas? You can't really sell on anybody right now, and your team's really good. Put Olave in the flex for now. Maybe you sell McLaurin. I think that's McLovin is McLaurin. McLaurin and Schultz for Pitts. Henderson and McLaurin for AJ, or you got AJ Dillon, Pierce or Breece Hall. McLaurin and Henderson for a Higgins type player. Olave is really, really good to put in your third wide receiver spot if you can get that Pitts using Schultz. So I do that, or you could trade Olave and Hendy for a much bigger wide receiver, but make sure you're reaching high because you can get a lot. And Olave is really, really good. So don't sell low on that. Let's see what else I can do. Mark Cleveland, hold on. Let me give you a little bit more attention here for your $20 hauler. Appreciate you. Javonte, Dillon, Jefferson, A.J. Brown. It's a good team, Mark. You have a really, really good team. It feels like it could use one move. I suppose if you want to get out of the Javonte Williams game, you could shop Olave and Javonte for Eckler if you wanted to make a safe move. That's okay. I don't disapprove that kind of swap out. That would be an idea. CMC for Javonte and Olave. Olave can either get you McLaurin and Javonte, or Olave, whichever one gets you more. Some people will pay more for McLaurin. But those are definitely good avenues to take, I think, with your team. You do have to wait for some of those guys to bounce back a little bit and pop off before you can really get what you should be getting in a trade. Got J-Rob and Amari Cooper. Who should I package for him? I would definitely send that package for, just start from the Jamar Chase and just keep working your way down. Tyreek Hill for J-Rob and Amari Cooper. I'd take that in a heartbeat. I'd take, obviously, Jamar Chase. I might take Debo, but Debo is an injury risk. Appreciate you, Connor. Who gives up JJ for Henry? I don't. Some people do, bro. Traded Derrick Henry for Justin Jefferson. You don't understand, Trey. You don't understand right now the amount of freakouts I see on a minute by minute basis, like on my text line. It's incredible, the buy low opportunity on Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson right now. It's absolutely crazy. It's insane. And everybody says they can't get this, they can't get that. They're not even trying. They're not even trying right, because I see it every minute. All right, I'm heading over to we're gonna stream live on Rumble right now. If anybody doesn't know what Rumble is, it is a live. It's a YouTube competitor, basically. Nothing's changing. We're staying on YouTube. We do as much YouTube as normal, but we're trying to build up the Rumble community. So I'm gonna go live on Rumble right now. I'm gonna start a live stream over there, and we're gonna get on over there and do a live Q&A, live fantasy football phone lines. We're gonna do week 14. We're gonna do phone calls on Rumble. Okay, so we didn't do any phone calls today on this show because we're too busy with super chats, but we're doing phone calls on Rumble. We're gonna do it live on Rumble. I want everybody to show up over there on Rumble, and let's get our Rumble on. Fantasy football week 4 fantasy football show, and we're gonna be live over on Rumble. Let me drop the link. Let's see here. All right, here's the link to Rumble. For anybody that doesn't know where to find me on Rumble, I want you to subscribe to me on Rumble. Get on over to Rumble. We're doing a Rumble live stream right now, Q&A session, phone call session. I'm pinning that link. You might have to refresh a couple times to see the live stream. It's a little weird how that works. But I just started the live stream right now. I'm ending this and I'm running over there. Is Olave good enough for Breece Hall? I have Cooper Kupp. Olave and Breece are pretty close. Like, you could make arguments for either one, to be honest with you. For sure. Got J-Rob and Cooper. You should have packaged. Already got that one. Yeah, so J-Rob and Olave are very close. Okay, the live stream started on Rumble. The link is pinned in the live chat. Or you just go to rumble.com/thefantasyfootballshow. See you over there right now.